Hey there, boils and ghouls. I'm Mr. Macabre, and welcome back to my movie library. I'm, I think you could tell I'm sitting directly underneath the light. It's like, oh, I got the heavenly light shining down on me. And in a way, that's kind of how I feel today because today is a little bit of a bittersweet day, but it's mostly sweet. Yeah, I ended up, boy, did I luck out. I mean, I very, very much lucked out today. I cannot believe it. Man, I really got to count my blessings for the way today turned out. I got some really, really good stuff to show you. I will say the only thing that makes it bitter is that I was so looking forward to getting in the 4K for William Friedkin's movie Rampage that has just been put out by Kino Lorber. And that's a movie I've been dying to see again. I haven't seen that movie since way back in the early to mid 90s when it first came out. I never watched that movie on VHS. I don't recall ever seeing it on VHS. I always remember seeing it like on cable. I remember it being like on either HBO or Cinemax, one of those two. We used to have cable. And I was so excited to be getting that on 4K. It's a really, really great, underrated William Friedkin horror thriller, true crime film. And, I was just over the moon when I found out that was coming out on 4K and Blu-ray. But unfortunately, it looks like my copy got back ordered. So it looks like I'm going to have to wait a couple of days to get that. But, okay, on the upside, I ended up getting in a couple of releases that technically I shouldn't have gotten until next week. And I ended up getting them today. And believe it or not, they cost me no money out of pocket. And the reason why is because I rounded up some, some DVD sets. I'm going to tell you guys, I know, after I tell you this, you're probably going to be like, you piece of scum, and you consider yourself a horror fan. I got rid of 2 DVD sets that I had. One of them was I think it was like the 3 or 4 film collection of Faces of Death. It was the DVD set. I traded that in, and the other one was the, pardon my language, but Violent Shit collection. Those were sets that I had those for a number of years, and to be truthfully honest with you, I was going through like trying to cultivate some of my collection, and when I looked at those, I was like, my God, I've owned these sets. I haven't watched these in like at least 7 years, almost 8. The Violent Shit collection. I got that right after we moved here to Arizona, and that was in 2017. And I watched it once, and I never revisited it again. And to be quite frank, I just didn't want to. I don't know, just wasn't really my thing. And the same thing with Faces of Death. I had that set for over 9 years. I had that when I was still living in New Mexico at the time, and I was just like, these are just movies I just have no desire to watch again. So I know that's probably blasphemy to a lot of horror fans, but I did do away with those 2 sets. But you know what? I think everything worked out pretty well considering. So I ended up getting these 2 today instead of next week. And both of these, thanks to the trade-ins and stuff that I took in, both of these didn't cost me a penny. No money out of pocket. So both of these are from Arrow. I think you pretty much already know which ones I'm going to be showing off. First of all, we have Miss 45 on 4K. Abel Ferrara's grimy classic grindhouse movie, Rape Revenge. There you go. The late Zoe Tamerlis, who also would write Abel Ferrara's cult classic Bad Lieutenant. So yeah, it's really unfortunate when you watch, the interviews and the bonus features about Zoe Lund. She seemed like such a promising young talent, and unfortunately she passed away so young. And but anyway, this was like her first movie, and overall, I am very happy with the way this turned out. Of course, also too, look at this. We got the nice big box sets for this one, and, got some nice bonus features on here too. Let's see, brand new 4K restoration by Arrow Films from the original 35mm camera negative. 4K UHD Blu-ray, presentation in Dolby Vision, HDR10 compatible. Original lossless mono audio, optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing, brand new commentary by Alexandra Heller Nicholas, author of Rape Revenge Films, A Critical Study and Cultographies, Ms. 45, The Voice of Violence, a new featurette with film critic B.J. Colangelo, Where Dreams Go to Die, a new featurette with film critic Kat Ellinger, archive interview with director Abel Ferreira, archive interview with composer John Delia, archival interview with creative consultant Jack McIntyre, interview with composer John Delia, archival interview, Jack McIntyre, Zoe XO, a 2004 short film directed by Paul Rackman, Zoe Rising, a 2011 short film directed by Paul Rackman, theatrical trailer, image gallery, reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Sister Hyde, perfect bound collector's book featuring new writing by Robert Lund, previously unseen photographs of Zoe Lund, plus select archival material including writing by Kier La Janice, I hope I said that right, and Brad Stevens, double-sided fold-out poster featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Sister Hyde. So, there we go. And here we go. This is the... I'm sure you've probably already seen people show this off. You get the beautiful hard box you get from an Arrow release. And here's our presentation. I opted for the original poster art. Or the other side is just pretty much the one you get on the cover. So yeah, so I just stuck with the poster art there. Got a little advertisement here because they're getting ready to do something with Excalibur. I imagine they're going to do a nice 4K set of that here soon. And then you got the 4K disc. Really, really nice here. Arrow did a bang-up job here. Got the poster here. Gonna be honest, I don't know why I'm showing this. It's the same thing as what's on the slipcover or on the artwork sleeve. There you go. If I frame this, I'm probably gonna do, obviously, probably gonna use the original poster art. I like that better. So, really, really good Rape Revenge film. The only thing is, though, I noticed that I Spit on Your Grave kind of took a lesson from this movie, because when they did I Spit on Your Grave 3, it definitely kind of goes into Miss 45 territory in the sense that in the beginning of this movie, Zoe Lund's character, she at first she gets revenge on one of the guys. She gets raped twice in one day, and she gets revenge. She kills one of the guys that raped her, and and at first it's like, okay, she got her revenge. And that, like, if she went after the other guy, who is actually played by Abel Ferrara, that would make sense. But she doesn't do that. Instead, she picks up a 45 that the guy left behind, and then she becomes a man-eating serial killer and goes out using her 45 as... It does turn into basically like a slasher movie, and, she is a slasher, and her weapon of choice is a 45 Magnum. So, but... There's the booklet there. Sorry if it looks like I'm hurrying through all this. I just have a lot of stuff I want to show off here, and I'm just barely scratching the surface. There you go. But a very good movie. The sound, you got like the master mono, which decent sound on there, I will admit. I don't mind mono sometimes, The picture quality is, if you're going into this, now, say like before this, I had the Alamo Drafthouse Blu-ray. I had that for a number of years, and I traded it in to get this. If you had the, if you had the Blu-ray and stuff before, you would know, like, this is kind of a very kind of gritty, kind of grimy looking film. So if you're going into this thinking that this is going to look like a completely brand new restoration, no, it's not. It is probably about the cleanest this movie's ever looked, and but if you're going into it thinking it's going to look like a modern day film, it doesn't. It does not look polished. There is quite a bit of grain in the picture quality, but it works. it really does work. I am glad that they didn't, use a bunch of tools, digital tools and stuff to try to clean this up and try to make it look like a modern day film. It definitely does hold on to that kind of grimy, kind of grainy feel, that almost grindhouse feel, which, that's what this movie basically is. It's like it's like an old grindhouse movie. And, so like I said, if you're going into this thinking you're going to see a completely brand new restoration and it's going to look just amazing, no, it's not going to look that way. But it does look really good, and you do get the kind of down and dirty feel of the movie. The kind of grimy New York of the '70s feel. Kind of similar to like Martin Scorsese when he did like movies like Mean Streets. Something like that. So yeah, but do I recommend it? Yes, I do. There is a Blu-ray option available, though. I believe the Arrow did put out a Blu-ray option. So if you want to save a little bit of money, you just go for the Blu-ray. I think actually it might be a little bit possible that maybe the Blu-ray may look a little bit more polished than this does. But I'm very happy to have this on 4K. And to get it, thanks to trade-ins, to get it for no money out of pocket, I consider that a victory. So there you go. We got Miss 45. And also, too, I cannot believe my luck on this one. No money out of pocket. Also from Arrow, we got John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. I love this movie. This movie is so great. It's one of my favorite John Carpenter movies. And to get it in the nice, beautiful, big box, here you go. The nice hard box and everything. On 4K, it's like wowie, wow, wow. And there you go. Of course, like I said, you got your hard box. Then we got the case here. Yeah, this surprisingly does not have the original, or no, it does have the original poster art, but for some reason, I saw somebody else do this, and I thought, yeah, I kind of like that better. It's one of the few times I actually prefer the alternative cover art to the original. But the original is on there, as you can see. Or maybe not, because the way the friggin' light's hitting everything, but this is a movie, this is a John Carpenter movie I've been wanting on 4K ever since I started buying 4K, and I still cannot wait to see what Arrow's planning to do with Evil Dead Rise. I am so looking forward to the new year, waiting to see what we're going to, hopefully they're going to do something amazing with Evil Dead Rise, but there you go. Definitely meant to be, the artwork is definitely meant to be an inspiration to Lovecraft. This is basically John Carpenter's love letter to, Lovecraft. And yeah, this one here is different because they don't use the original poster art on this one. They use the poster for the cover of the book, In the Mouth of Madness. I definitely do want to get a frame and frame that, though. That looks amazing. And then the newly commissioned artwork on the back there. But yeah, if I'm going to frame this, I think I'd rather have that one. I like that artwork more. But, oh wow. To finally get this and to get it the Arrow big box treatment. I was kind of wondering, I was thinking, for a long time because Scream Factory did the Blu-ray, so I was sitting there thinking like, okay, Scream Factory's got to be doing the Blu-ray to this, so, or they got to be doing the 4K to this, but no, they didn't. Arrow got a hold of it, which I'm not complaining, love to get in the nice big box. John Carpenter, Sam Neill. This is a great movie. I urge you, if you're just even a casual John Carpenter fan, but you've never seen this movie, I strongly recommend checking this out. This movie is amazing. Great practical effects. A good cast. You got Sam Neill, Julie Carmen, John Glover, Jürgen Prochnow. You look and you'll see there's like a quick little scene. You'll see a young, what's his name? Played Anakin in episodes 2 and 3. Hayden Christensen. Damn, had a brain fart there. Yeah, there's a young Hayden Christensen. There's a scene where Sam Neill's standing in the middle of the road and a young paperboy rides up on a bicycle. Check it out. That's young Hayden Christensen before he played Anakin Skywalker in the prequel trilogy. But yeah, I am so glad to have this in my hands. And Arrow did a bang-up job with it. I am thrilled with it. The only thing I will say, though, is in doing comparisons with this and the Scream Factory Blu-ray, I think that you might have some people who are going to look at the Scream Factory Blu-ray and be like, you know what? I think I'm happier just hanging on to that. That's good enough for me. It does look really good. Some areas, some colors definitely pop out. Like, for instance, the scene where Sam Neill's character is walking in the alleyway and he stops at the posters for the Hobbs End orb. Man, the red is like really sticking out and stuff. But yeah, picture quality looks great. Very, very fine level of grain. But the image is actually pretty clean. I mean, you do see grain in the image, but it's like, man, it's amazing how clean this image looks. It looks very clean, very nice. And just, wow. Just, like, for instance, like one scene where the characters of Trent and Stiles, they go to the church. Look how gorgeous that scene looks, with the church and, the leaves on the trees and the color of the grass and everything. It's like, it looks gorgeous. The picture quality is amazing in some areas on this. So, yeah. I wouldn't say it's a gigantic difference from the Scream Factory Blu-ray, but there are parts you do notice the improvements in the picture quality, and I, for one, I am perfectly thrilled to have this in my collection. So, real quick, we got brand new 4K restoration from the original 35mm camera negative by Arrow Films. Let's see, Ultra HD Blu-ray presentation, Dolby Vision, HDR10 compatible. Original lossless DTS HD Master Audio 5.1 and Stereo 2.0 options. Optional English subtitles for the deaf and hard of hearing. Archive audio commentary with director John Carpenter and producer Sandy King Carpenter. Archive audio commentary with director John Carpenter, director of photography Gary B. Kibbe. Brand new audio commentary by filmmakers Rebecca McKendry and Elric Kane, co-hosts of Colors of the Dark podcast. I would be willing to bet that probably has to do with like Lovecraft and imitations of Lovecraft stories. Making Madness, a newly filmed interview with producer Sandy King Carpenter. Do You Read Sutter Kane, a newly filmed interview with actor Jürgen Prochnow. The Whisperer of the Dark, an archive interview with actress Julie Carmen. Greg Nicotero's Things in the Basement, an archive interview with special effects artist Greg Nicotero. We Are What He Writes, a new featurette in praise of John Carpenter and In the Mouth of Madness. Reality is Not What It Used to Be, a new appreciation by film scholar Alexandra Heller Nicholas. Horror's Hollow Grounds, an archive featurette looking at the locations used in the film. Home movies from Hobbs End, behind the scenes footage. The making of In the Mouth Madness, a vintage featurette. Theatrical trailer, TV spots. Reversible sleeve featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Francisco Francavilla. Hope I said that right. Double-sided fold-out poster featuring original and newly commissioned artwork by Francesco F. I'll just say that. Perfect Bound collector's book featuring new writing on the film by Guy Adams, Josh Hurtado, Richard Kadri, George Daniel Lee, William Catlin McClay, and Alexander West. So to get both of these, no money out of pocket, Arrow Collector's Edition hard boxes, I think I lucked out like a bandit. Real quick, too, this I got. Now you'll see, I got the 4K of Curse of Frankenstein. This is just the standard edition. I didn't get the huge fat box edition or anything like that. I just got the standard one. You'll see there it says $34.99. Actually, thanks to the store credit, go ahead and take this off. Thanks to the store credit, I only had to pay $24.99 because I got $10 off. So instead of $34.99, I got it for $24.99, and really nice. This doesn't have, I think that big box that has like 5 or 6 discs. This is only 3 discs. So I believe no reversible artwork of any kind. So, but wow, just here. Well, that's okay. So you got disc 1. Okay, you got the movie on 4K, but you got 3 versions. different aspect ratios. There's disc 2, 4K, and disc 3 is a special features Blu-ray. And yeah, pretty basic, pretty simple, but you know what? It's good enough for what I need. I will say I have to admit, I was kind of expecting, usually, like these old kind of Technicolor shop films and stuff, I was kind of expecting the colors to be a little bit more vivid, a little bit more bright, but yeah, it's kind of surprised actually how muted the picture quality is on here. So, disc 1, you got Curse of Frankenstein, the 166:1 UK theatrical version, Curse of Frankenstein 137:1 open matte version. That's the version that I checked out because that's supposed to be the way it was filmed, was in full screen. Commentary featuring Kim Newman, Barry Forshaw, and Stephen Jones for the UK version, or the 166 version. And let's see, commentary with Marcus Heron and Jonathan Rigby for the 137:1 version. Special features beside the seaside, reviving the Curse of Frankenstein, alternate eye boil scene, UK trailer, and UK censor card. And then, let's see here. Disc 2, The Curse of Frankenstein, 185:1 US theatric aspect ratio. Let's see, commentary featuring Heidi Honeycutt and Toby Rohn, and 2020 commentary by Dr. Steve Haberman and Constantine Nasser. Special features, recreating the creature, a filming vocation, topped and toiled, Gooder Tuesday. Sorry, it's really hard to see. It's very small. Painting with fine brushes, a Gothic history of Frankenstein image gallery, and then disc 3 is Frankenstein Reborn, Life with Sir, The Resurrection Men, Hideous Progeny. Let's see, Torrents of Light, Diabolus in Musica, 8mm home movie abridgment. I don't know. But it does look good. It just, like I said, I do admit I was a little bit underwhelmed. It just wasn't what I thought it was going to be. I figured kind of these old movies shot in Technicolor, I was kind of expecting, more of a brighter, vibrant image. But it doesn't look bad. But anyway, so yeah, we're over 20 minutes, and I still got quite a bit to go through, so I think I'm going to do a part 2. This is going to be a part 1. But right before you go, we're going to do the tradition of putting this bad boy in a nice protective case. There you go. And I am very grateful to have this, and very much looking forward. We just got the announcement a few days ago that I believe it's Kino Lorber. They're getting ready to do Scars of Dracula on 4K. So more Hammer and Amicus films coming to 4K in the future. I'm down for it. I do want to get around to getting Asylum. I really would like to have that on 4K, but there you go. But yeah, retailed at $34.99, but I got it for $24.99. Can't complain about that. Got both of these, no money out of pocket, thanks to trade-ins. So, like I said, yeah, I think I did quite well. And, stick around for part 2. I promise part 2 is going to be really good as well. And I got a few more things to show you. So yeah, if anybody took the time to watch all of this, I thank you for doing it. I appreciate you for doing it. I honestly hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, would you please leave it a like? Maybe go ahead and share it. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And that's it. Please come back for part 2. I still got some really good stuff to show you guys. So that's it. Take care, everyone. See you later. Bye.